Are you ready? It's that show. It's that show you've heard about. It's that show you tell your friends about. It's that show you don't want to miss. We keep it real. We keep.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, ma'am.
You sure?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yes.
Happy birthday.
Today, tomorrow is officially my day, right?
Hey, it's it. Let's start it today. Let's kick it off right.
It's going to be a party. We about to turn up in this mug and the mug tomorrow and the mug on Sunday. We're going to turn up everywhere. We about to turn up everywhere all weekend.
For sure.
But that's how I do it. So, what's your first question?
Question number one. I'm out the box with it.
Okay.
Why do women act like sex is a prize? Far as if you take out the garbage, I'll give you some. If you cut the grass, I'll give you some. If you don't cheat on me, I'm gonna give you some. Why is that women take that into being the prize? Sex. Birthday gifts. I'm gonna give you some. That's not a gift, okay? So why is that the prize?
All right, well, we're going to break in our guest on the panel. Go ahead. Let's see what your thoughts are on this. Why is sex a prize?
Well, I don't know if that's this could be universal as far as age, but I don't know if I'm there yet in life or if I don't like my man enough to do that to him, to make it transactional. I think that sex should not be transactional, regardless if you're with your man. It should not be because of something. You should just wake up and want to do it, or go to sleep and want to do it, or I don't know. I don't know, but that's not. I think that if a woman does that to her man and she's still with him, and she's not just like all over him, I don't even think she likes him. It has to be another reason why she's there. Maybe if you leave, it might put her in a financial bind. Maybe you guys got too much stuff going on together, but she really don't want to sleep with you when you take the trash out either.
Right. That's why it's a prize.
Right.
Co-host Paige.
So I don't know who does this. I'm not one of those.
So you're not one of those that
Absolutely
do that.
not.
Are you giving your boo some when he take out the trash on his birthday?
Take out the trash. Not joking. No. So I'm gonna come from a different point of why I think women have done that in the past is because it was their upbringing, right? Like a lot of women were taught that was the prize, right? And so when they were taught that was the prize, it was then they actually put that onto their man, right? Like, it's a prize to have me. It's a prize to get this. It's a prize if you do this. And you were also taught that it was like a reward, like a reward. Now, my guy's sexual appetite, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also enjoy sex as well, and I enjoy sex with him. So I'm not waiting for him to take the garbage out because he ain't always around, so I'm gonna have to take it out. So I'm not waiting for him to do some of those very things that you mentioned, because when he's not around, it got to be done anyway, and I got to do it. So he gonna get it when he want it, and I'm gonna get it when I want it. So that's just sort of how it works. But going back to why a lot of women have done that and held it, I used to meet men and say, I get to do this, and then and then you're like, they were like, well, I only got that on my birthday. I'm like, what the? And they were married men. Like, I was like, what the? Wow. But yeah, so
Okay.
So, I had a father who told me that sex is a natural desire, and you gonna want it even if ain't nobody around. So he told me. So what he told me, first he told me that the electric company and the grocery store, that they don't accept love as payment. So there had to be some other stuff going on too. However, he told me also that that man that you lay down with at night, you gotta want to do that stuff too. So you need to get somebody that you want to do that with, because when he roll over in the middle of the night, that's got to be a fun time for you too. You got to, because we all have a sex drive, you know.
Absolutely.
So I think on the panel here, you got some women that are not in that category. But what I'm going to say is somewhat what she said. I think the women who use that as a reward, they dealing with a man they really don't like. They really don't like you, but you providing a product or service.
It's transactional.
It's transactional.
Wow.
So you dealing with a chick that really don't like you, and so you get it as a reward because she really don't want to do it. So you got to do something spectacular, and it's probably more than taking out the trash. You got to do something spectacular in order for her to justify it in her mind. You know, I'm gonna sleep with this dude again.
Absolutely.
It's his birthday.
Right.
Oh, God.
Right,
At least
right.
that's only once a year.
I gotta give him some head. Right.
It's,
Yeah.
you know,
Right,
it
right.
has to happen.
Right.
But, you know, he's paying the rent and he's paying my car note. I'm driving the Benz, or depending on who she is, she might be driving the Toyota. You don't know.
Or a bus pass.
Or,
Right. It
you
depends.
know,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
He's upgrading her life some kind of way. So she feels obligated because she knows that's what he expects. And then on the other hand, why are you men settling for that?
Well, I'm glad you threw it back at me, because I'll throw it back at them and say, like it's been said to me, well, I'll give you some if you do that. But like, who said I was going to give you some?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It gets to that point where, you know, it's got to be a mutual give and take situation. So sometimes it becomes, I don't need you to take out the garbage. I don't need you to wash my dishes. I don't need you to wash my clothes. But when I want to be with somebody, I want to be with you. And if I can't, like my dad used to tell me, I'm glad you brought up dads. My dad used to tell me, just because I'm not eating at home don't mean I'm not going to eat.
Okay.
So that's how it becomes this situation where, well, you're not being loyal. No, I'm being loyal to me. Because when at the end of the day, I'm going to be, if I had to choose somebody, I have to choose me.
Right.
In order to survive.
So,
and it's a selfish way of looking at it, but I just noticed that some women, and I want to start out right there to ask that question, like, why do women think that sex is a prize? And it's really not. It should be mutual. So
that is a good question, and I always wonder. So I hear men complaining about stuff, you know, and that's one of them. You know, I hear men complaining about stuff, but as you see, you asked that question. You got 3 women up here. You know, I don't think any of us are ugly, right?
Neither one.
And so why are you choosing those women? Why do men choose those women? That's what I want to know.
Choose what women?
Choose the women that's rationing everything out to you. Choose the women that's demanding that you go. Did you see that post on Facebook where this chick was trying to blast this dude because he had been in her DMs, so he took her out to dinner. She ordered a steak. I think it's a skit, but I think everything is fake on Facebook now. But
and
just,
you should
you know,
think
to
something. Yeah,
humor
for sure.
the conversation.
Uh-huh.
And so she ordered a steak. She was 40 years old, but she didn't know how to eat a steak. I'm not sure, so that's why I think it can't be real.
Yeah, right.
It can't be real.
You got it.
But there's a picture of her where she picked up the steak. She picked up the
like a piece of
steak
chicken
and put it in her mouth. And so the steak is kind of hanging out her mouth. And so he got up and went to the bathroom and paid for his bill and left because
that's right.
This is on Facebook.
That would have been my move.
And so then she called herself blasting him, and she showed the text message. That's the only part that made me wonder if maybe it was real. She showed the back and forth text message like, "Where are you?" He said, "I left." He said, "You are embarrassing," you know. And she was like, "What happened?" And he's like, "You don't know how to even eat a steak, and you 40 years old." And she said, "You not a real man, because what you were supposed to do was show me how to eat a steak. Now I'm here,
wow,
and I can't pay for this steak," because he told her that he had paid for his and he left. So she should go ahead and figure out her steak situation and pay for her own, right? But she couldn't pay for her, so she said, "You need to come back and pay for this."
Your fault.
So now, why are men choosing a woman, because can't you hear it in their conversation?
Sometimes. So if you're asking me that question, some men, not me, some men choose women because they look easy. Okay?
They look easy.
If it's easy,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'm going to get my nuts. She going to go on about her business. I ain't got to worry about it, right? So, but if I'm looking at her and she's attractive, but later on I find out she don't eat steak, you damn right, I'm going to the bathroom, and I might not even pay for mine. I'm just going to keep it 1,000. Because it depends on who asked to go. But, yeah, I don't know why some men do that. And I'm going to change this up and say this. When males do that, I don't think they're men. They're boys trying to be men.
Okay.
And a lot of people get that mixed up, thinking that everybody that's grown is a man. He was probably raised, no pun intended, he was probably raised by a woman not knowing how to be a man. So when a man is raised, like myself and hopefully my boys, when they're raised by a man, they know the difference between a girl and a woman.
Okay. Okay.
Now, whether they do the things I ask them to do or not, that's on them, but they can't say they don't know. You know what I mean? My boys and my dad used to tell me, before you fall for a girl, meet her dad, meet her family. And if you do that, you'll know if you really want her or not. Because every woman is attractive to any man. It depends on what attracts that man.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's why I live by.
But that's always been my question when I hear
I don't know
the
why those
men
boys do that.
complaining
Fronting like
about
being
stuff.
men.
And they
I don't know why they
complaining
doing it.
because they've had the experience.
And that's on them.
And they chose that
They chose that,
experience.
right.
Right. You know, like I was talking to, so this confuses me all the time too. When men, and I didn't mean for this to turn around like
It's
this,
all
but
good.
you put it out there, so
It's
it's
all
a
good. Let's go.
conversation. It confuses me when men complain about women only wanting them for their money, but they, one, lead with money, or two, older men. So now because I have a lot of male friends, and now they old too, right? And I'm not just talking about the one here, but
Too funny.
but I'm talking about men. So this one older guy was telling me, he said, you know, when we get older, we've probably accumulated more money, right? And so if we getting what we want, we don't care if we're exchanging money for it because we getting what we want. But then those same men turn around and complain about women wanting them for their money. This one guy posted the other day, you know, he said, how many men have wasted a good portion of their life taking care of a woman that didn't care nothing about them?
His fault. His fault.
How you wind up in that situation?
By leading with your money. By leading with your money. I mean, it comes to a point where
You know what to do.
what all can you do? How much can you pay out? Like what do you want to give? I never gave a woman a car, so I don't know how that feels.
Oh, I've got 2 of them.
But if I exactly, so hey,
But I
more
love
power
them
to
too.
you, right?
I love them too, though.
Right, exactly.
I love them too. So it wasn't.
so
I
it
didn't
wasn't
know I was
like
gonna get
if
the
I
car.
give you this car, you're gonna like me.
No,
right?
it wasn't that at all.
It wasn't that situation. So if I can give a woman a car because I like her or I love her, I would. But why would I do that? Why would I do that?
Because it
Why-
makes
why-
you feel good. You should only do stuff that make you feel good.
Make me
And
feel good. So
sometimes
me giving her a car.
makes you feel good.
Oh, okay. Well, my daddy taught me you buy a woman some shoes, she gonna put them on and walk out on you. So
You ain't never bought a woman no
daddy
shoes?
no. I give her the money to buy what she want.
Man, one of my exes, he had a foot fetish and he had a heel fetish, and
Oh,
that
my
was like
goodness.
our thing on Saturdays. We go try on shoes and he buy all the ones that he liked.
When you say foot fetish, that's like one of my before Boomerang came out. Before Boomerang came out and Eddie Murphy looked at that woman's feet, I've always had a foot fetish. A woman that take care of her feet takes care of her body. That was my daddy. And my uncles always told me that. If you look at her feet and she took care of them, man, she's the one. So it's always been eyes first, feet second, and then roll from there.
I like this discussion so far. We got something good. You had something to say, Sharice?
Well, one, I can definitely see how you keep getting tricked
Tell me, please.
Well, one, you have to look. First of all, yes, her feet should always be done.
Okay.
That's one. But the feet being done is just, that's bare minimum. Of course, that's maintenance. And every woman should be doing her own maintenance.
Amen.
At the end of the day.
Say
that's
that
just
one more
like
time, a little louder.
Every woman should be doing her own maintenance.
You supposed to take care of yourself first.
Well, let me say this: if she got cute feet, because this new taking care of your feet thing, this is brand new. This is less.
This is not.
This
brand
is 10
new.
years.
What?
Like the French tips and all that.
No.
To me, it's brand new.
We've
I
been
mean,
getting-
if you have pretty feet, like, what my dad used to say, if she had pretty feet, that means she ain't never had to put her feet in a small shoe. Her shoes is always bought for her. She didn't
well, I
have
don't know about
hand-me-downs
that.
and stuff like that.
Yes.
Corns and extra corns
Well, we ain't got nothing
and all that. So when she got pretty feet, what I mean by pretty feet, I don't mean that you went to Ming Ling and she made your feet look better than what they look like. What I mean by pretty feet is just the prettiness of the feet raw, like nothing, no makeup, no nothing on.
Makeup
So that's
on the
what I mean
feet.
by that.
You hear how men talk.
So that's the foot fetish. That's the foot fetish thing.
Yeah, we wonder how, because men tell us all the time, first of all, y'all think we always like the bad boy, right? And
I heard that before, yeah.
I didn't
The
date-
roughneck.
I didn't date a bad boy till I was grown, and so they were old. They were too old to really be bad boys at that point. They just had a
With or
little,
without
ex-bad
baby
boys.
oil.
well, coconut
'Cause that
oil.
bad boy locked up.
Coconut oil is better. It's better for you. Coconut
sure,
oil
for
is the
sure,
good
for
stuff.
sure.
But it's just funny to me how what the men complain about is because that's what they've chosen, and men tell women all the time, you should choose better. When we talk about the man that lied and left you with a kid or something like that, and they said, well, you should have chosen better, which I agree. A lot of so there are some women that I agree they need to make some better decisions. When you got all these different baby daddies,
Men do too.
and they do. They need to make better decisions. But it always amazes me how men tell women all the time, you need to choose better, this, that, or the other, but they continue to make the same choices and complain about the same shit on Facebook day after day, and all the time we hear them talking about the same freaking thing, but yet they tell us we need to choose better. So what we do is we make sure we don't choose those ones that's on Facebook complaining about stuff
That's
all the time.
number one, right? If he running to Facebook, if he running to social media for all of his gripes about women and not talking to his partner, then that's a problem. Again, you got men, you got boys that's pretending to be men that's running to Facebook to talk about it. I mean, you shouldn't be doing that. So I'm gonna just throw that out there.
The guys on Facebook that are on there complaining about these people, we should consider them boys and avoid them.
The real men that I know, we ain't on Facebook. We don't put our real feelings on Facebook. My real name ain't even on Facebook. My real birthday ain't even on Facebook. So when they run and put their social media, when they put their real business on social media, they've been raised by somebody that don't have morals and don't know how to talk and communicate.
Ooh.
That's just me.
Okay. So
My real buddies don't do Facebook and stuff like that. If we do Facebook, we made up a profile so we can find out what's going on, or a family member, or keep in contact. But my real information ain't on Facebook. I mean, who does that? No real man do that.
It's a whole bunch of them on Facebook.
to me, them real men, and every I hear this a lot too. Why don't you be a real man? What's a real man? What's a real man? That was one of my questions to you all.
That's one.
That was one of my questions. What's a real
don't
man?
Put it out there yet. That's
okay. I'll wait.
Hold on.
Just ponder that in your
we
heads a
gonna
little
talk
bit.
about that
Because
Ooh.
I always used to think, oh, the real man is the one that you see on soap operas. Remember soap operas?
I do.
Remember? But now it's reality shows.
Because I heard Luke just died. Didn't
They
that guy?
still, but the
They used to
real
play Luke on General
I used to
Hospital.
think
I
used to
just
think
died.
when women look at real men, that's who they see on soap operas. And I'm like, that ain't no real man. He acting. That ain't really dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even now, one of the best actors that ever acted in his life, Denzel Washington, says some of the times he was acting, he was alcoholic. He was going through being an alcoholic.
Sure did.
Wow.
And he said that's what made him want to act. He had to. Sometimes he was acting while he was drunk. So, but how many
Really?
women fell in love?
Recently, he said
How
that.
many women fell in love with Denzel Washington?
They was all in love with Denzel. I wasn't.
And he
but
wasn't.
they
And
was.
and look, he's not even a real man. He was acting.
He was acting, right.
He was. You fell in love with somebody that's pretending to be
But-
somebody that
but-
you really want. That a writer or a director told him how to act.
But I
So
think
what's
it's-
a real man?
Go ahead,
But I
Sharice.
think it's good to note that Denzel Washington is one of very few men out here in the industry that long that he has been in the industry
He gonna keep
that
it real
doesn't
with you.
have a lot of scandals going on as well with him and his wife that he's been with since when he first started. And if he did have some scandals, they were well taken care of enough to shut the F up.
Right.
And that's all I can appreciate.
Right.
And I'm not talking bad against Denzel.
Right.
That's one of my favorite people
Yeah, so
in
he
the
still was a
industry
real-
because
he still is a man.
what he'll do is he'll give you his truth and you deal with it. That's a real dude right there. Obama, Barack Obama, he'll give you his truth and you deal with it. He ain't gonna fake behind nothing. So some of those men that we look up to, what women look up to, is what I'm trying to say is they look up to these real men. What's a real man? To me, the
Who's
first
saying
man.
this to you? Who's saying this to you?
I mean, internet saying it, women saying it. What's a real man?
Why- what-
Be a
what-
real man.
And what content is she saying? How is she
But
saying
wait,
this
wait,
to
wait.
you?
We gonna get don't go
And
into
we can go there later.
We
on,
gonna
but
go there in a
like I said,
minute.
we just breezing
'Cause
over
I
it right
think that
now.
real man
But every
conversation
man
go-
in here heard it before. That some woman has said, "Why don't you be a real man?" Like I was saying, a real man to me was seeing my dad get up and go to work every day. A real man was seeing him not ever hit my mama, never arguing with her in front of the kids, always trying to do more than what he was supposed to do. Being 30 below outside, he going and lifting the car up and trying to figure out what's going on instead of calling a mechanic to come fix it. That to me was a real man, standing up and doing what he was supposed to do when the times got hard. So that's a real man to me. But that was one of my questions to you all later on.
Well, you're supposed to hold that question unless you got 5 questions prepared for it.
Oh, I got 4 and a half.
Because you know what?
Anytime.
The thing about it is, I think that a real man varies from woman to woman, because we don't all want the same man,
Thank you
right?
for
Even
saying
though there's some statistic out there that supposedly says
That
that
who wrote by who?
98% of us
And who
want
wrote that?
3% of the men, but that's not true, because so there's a lot of women that want this dude that's a great father, that goes to church, believe in God, that don't drink and don't smoke. And I actually want the exact opposite of that.
Thank you for that. Yes, thank you for that.
So, I think
It
that a
depends
real
on the
man,
individual.
yeah, I want somebody that I could chill with, because when I cook, I like to, maybe smoke a little bit and, have a drink and cook some stuff. And I'm not Christian, so I'm not going to church. I'm spiritual. I believe in a higher power, but I'm not going to church. And if you come at me with all of that biblical stuff, I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you probably, because I don't even want to hear it. We not Bible thumping up in here. So every woman does not want the same dude. We want different stuff. Just because you might want somebody 6, and all women don't want to do this 6 foot tall, because some women are 5'2". So taller than her is 5'5". Even if she got on heels, usually, because most women don't wear 6-inch heels. Most of y'all ain't wearing no 6-inch heels. So if she 5'2" and you 5'5", y'all good.
Right.
So
And like you said, depend on the individual.
it depends on the individual what a real man is. But you said we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about
So I know we got about 7 minutes left.
6.
We got about 6 minutes left. So go ahead, co-host Paige. Give us your final thoughts on this topic.
The question again? No, because we've been around the world.
We did. We went around. Yeah, I like that too.
Being sex a reward.
Yeah. So again, I know people who've done it, and I have male friends who have told me about the situation and things like that. I do again believe that the men have maybe at times made the woman feel like, I'm not saying, I believe in each relationship that person is the prize for the other person. So I don't say the woman is the prize, the man is the prize. It is whoever you're in the relationship with, that you chose to be in the relationship with, that you are their prize. So I think at times that sometimes in relationships you have one person who likes the other person more than than themselves at times, and so they're willing to put up with a lot of junk just to stay in that relationship. So many times those same people who are getting denied are going somewhere else anyway. They're going somewhere else anyway, but they may stay in that situation, that circumstance, based on kids, based on family, based on situations. So they may still stay in that situation, not getting it at home, and then they're going somewhere else. I think
Sharice,
so.
you got final words on this?
She looking at me like I'm scarred. Po baby. He's scarred. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I think I would ask, what type of relationships, like, are your relationships more as like hookups, or are they in relationships when they turn and say, I don't want to have sex anymore unless you take out the trash, or I don't want to have sex anymore unless you're doing this and that? Are these like hookup girls? Are they kind of situationships, or are you in real relationships with these women? That is
I know what
making
you
them-
think. You think
No. I don't
no.
I don't think
the
anything.
no, no.
I'm just
so
asking
the
a
question I asked, I thought that this don't pertain to me. Sexually, I'm good.
Of course.
I'm good. I'm getting taken care of. You know, she do her job.
Long
and
as you
I'm
take out the
glad,
garbage.
and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that
It
would
ain't
be
me-
a
it was
question.
just a question that I feel that when fellas sit around in the barbershop and when we sit around playing ball after the game, this is a conversation that we have about why do women think, you know, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I asked the question. I'm good. I'm straight.
Why are you engaging in this question at the barbershops if it doesn't apply to you?
Because we
How
got an
can you give
opinion on it.
advice?
Like we because we've been through it before. Like it's been said before. Ex-wife, first girlfriend.
She
You
didn't
know what I'm
like
saying?
anymore. She didn't like you anymore.
Hey, that's why we got a divorce. And I was the first one at the courthouse, so I totally understand. I was the respondent. So, and I understand. How would you look at me like, wait a minute, who you been with? Why you feel like that? But it's not that situation.
No,
It was
not
just
not even for you per se. Yeah, like if maybe for men, like
yeah,
you gotta know if a girl is feeling you or not.
right.
You know, when you take her out to eat, when you take her out to dinner, when you guys go to the movies, when you guys are doing couples things. I don't care if it's going to get ice cream, walking on the lake. You know when somebody's into you or not. You know.
Sharice, I beg to differ. I don't think people always know when
No,
somebody's
they're
not.
delusional.
They may be delusional, but give you an example. I know someone right now
They can fake it.
who's dealing with somebody, and he takes her out. They hang out. They sexing all the time. I mean, you know, she's his little fetish. She don't know this, but and I've gotten in a discussion at times about like, she don't know because of how she's reading and what he's saying to her, and then the other person is like, well, she a dummy, she should know. And I'm just like, but
Okay, wait. So then, does the man like her a lot and she doesn't like him, or what's going
the
on?
opposite.
He doesn't really like her.
He doesn't look at her as potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's potentially good for sex, right?
Right.
But she thinks that
It's more than that.
and she looks at him as potential. He's the black man working with all the accolades and the extra stuff and everything like that. So for her, she's looking at him like, oh, this is gonna be good because
She's delusional.
I'm not saying
'Cause
she is
when
or not,
men
but what I'm saying is,
compartmentalize.
But she can't realize it.
but what
that's
I'm
you're
saying is she and she really thinks that there is something, and you know, I'm being put the business out there, but she really thinks that there is something, and I guess we're all looking at it, but we know the sidebars
because you guys
too.
know him.
But I've heard him talk to some women one time. Like I remember telling my guy, I was like, I see why it was so smooth. Like, and I'm ear hustling, like, and I was just like, I see why they think that they like he into them and things like that. So
he's a player.
Oh my God, like he's good.
Is he from Chicago?
Yeah, he's a Chicago.
Yeah, there you go.
And, yeah,
Chicago.
Yeah, right.
In
So-
Chicago, man,
Jewtown.
they will test your gangster,
So whether
right?
whether it's delusional or not, depending on, he's not hiding her. So he takes her out. She's not just the booty call. So she doesn't see it the way I may look at it, but that's because I also know some inside stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
But so he's showing he takes her out. They've gone out of town together, but he doesn't feel her the way he doesn't even look at her as potential.
She's fun.
She's the
fun
fun.
She's
girl.
fun.
She's the fun girl.
Right.
She's
Right.
the fun sexual girl that does what
Because
we
she's
want.
compartmentalized. She's the fun chick. She's
she
not going to
doesn't
be
know
the
that she's
permanent
fun.
chick.
She's still
There will be
delusional, though.
another one after her.
She's
You know.
Because you know why she's delusional? Because even if
Uh-oh.
he tells her he's going to give her the sun, the moon, the stars, and the mountains,
Stuff
she
that
knows that
ain't
if he's not giving her that, and
No,
they're in this
so you know what?
relationship-
So there are people that fall for that. So I talk about my dad all the
it's a
time.
long fall.
But the thing about it is,
gonna hurt.
so my and I never really said this out loud, but I guess I'm gonna say it out loud. So my dad was a player, right?
Mine's too.
And
A
so
Rolling Stone.
they know what to say because they've been doing this for years. They know what women want. They know what to tell. Fortunately, my dad had conversations with me every Saturday morning while we watched cartoons
Fortunate
to make sure that I didn't fall for that.
that game.
But what he did was what he showed me was how men get over, and I was like, they be having fun. I want to do that too. So there are people on both sides of the thing that will fall for that conversation. You could tell them what they want to hear, and they'll go the whole extra yard to get with it. You don't even really have to do that much, and that's probably what she doing. He don't.
Yeah.
All he got to do is say something,
That's
and
it.
she
That's
fall
it.
right in line.
She falls
She
right
do
in
the
line.
extra mile because she want
Because
she want what he's selling.
And she wants what the whole picture. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
the whole
that's
picture
a big
of-
delusion that women have.
Yeah.
They literally be, and I sit at the end. I own this bar. I sit at the end of this bar.
Oh, I
listen
would
to
love
men,
to
I
sit at the
listen-
end of your
if you
bar
can
for
be-
a
listen,
whole
when I
month
tell
and
you
listen.
if you could be a fly on the wall at the end of this bar, you would be like, she ain't dumb either. She dumb. You think she dumb, but she delusional. She knows she delusional.
She knows she
She knows she
delusional.
delusional. Yeah, she knows she delusional.
Wow.
And that's why when she don't get what she want from him, she flip out and have a temper tantrum, right?
Oh Lord.
Because if it was real love, it wouldn't be force. It would be finesse.
Not
it
the
wouldn't
temper
be,
tantrum.
yeah. I see
But
girls
if I
like
have a
that.
temper tantrum, I get what I want.
I can show you a video from this bar probably about 2 weeks ago. And y'all will be like, she came in so sweet.
Somebody's
She was so
tires
nice.
got cut.
She was, hey, honey. Oh, my God. Get him his drink. Oh, my God. Get him his drink. Let's get him his food. When he didn't give her what he wanted at the end of the night, honey, she about tore my whole bar up.
Dang.
Temper tantrum.
She
So-
tore your bar up.
And just as
That is so
beautiful,
messed up.
just so pretty. And
Yeah.
you would never even imagine it. But at the beginning, until them drinks got in, it was like a transformation. like it, and so I see so
I
much.
would love to come sit
Yeah,
at the
oh
bar
my
and
God.
watch that stuff.
Being here has been like, I'm in therapy, but being here has helped me like realize people and see people, men and women.
Yep.
Like, and it just be okay. Like it is what it is. But
Because you said
The
therapy,
women-
can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Some people come to the bar because this is their therapy.
that's absolutely correct.
The bartender is the best therapist because you get
That's
to tell the
correct.
bartender whatever they
They don't
want.
know
They
you.
don't know you. They're
Yeah.
going to give you another drink. And it depends on how sad your story is. They might give you a free drink and a free
I'm
shot.
not
Keep on
sure.
drinking, we
Because-
may.
See, I don't.
And it is what it is because you're coming back.
I don't. I
saying?
can't buy into that because I was a barman. I got my bartender's license to be a bar manager, so people could bartend under me. And so the people that bartended under me, I would not want their advice at all. Never.
Some of
And
them,
if I
some of
were to go downstairs right now, all those people are way younger than me. They're younger than my kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So how they gonna give advice? So no, not that. But to
And
answer,
sometimes
but
it's just a listening tool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
A lot of
listening.
people. When I used to go to therapy, 9 times out of 10 it was most of her just listening, and then redirecting the question so I'll answer the question myself, or even make me think about it to say, damn, I'm okay. I'm not as bad as I thought. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good therapist. Listening is more than talking. So,
but we gonna wrap
something I
this
did
one up
learn.
because we are past our time. I'm just
Yes.
gonna give my final thoughts on it. So my final thoughts on sex as a prize. So I'm so picky, which is probably why I'm single, but it's all good, because I just want what I want. I've been in relationships. I've been married. I got kids. They grown, grandkids, all of that stuff. So right now it's about me and what I really want. And if I can't get what I really want, then I don't want nothing. And it's all good, right?
Right.
But so when I meet that dude that checks all of them boxes, like all of the boxes. Now there's dude, okay, my dad, remember my daddy. There's dudes that check some of the boxes, and so they go in this category. So they might be fun to hang out with and whatever, but it's not gonna ever be anything serious, right? But when I meet a dude that checks all of them boxes, I feel like he the prize almost, cause that man don't come along that often, right? So I like that dude that walk in the room when he walk in. And you know who I'm thinking about right now.
She turned her head.
When he walk in the room, you be like, ooh, he about to get it right now. That's what I want. If I can't have that, then I don't need nothing. If it's got to be like, oh, I'm going to give you something because you take the garbage out?
Yeah.
I take the garbage
can't.
out all the time. They ain't no, what?
Yeah.
No, that was just an example of a
Yeah, but I know I've
I get
heard
what you're
women
saying.
actually say stuff like that though. If he doing what he's supposed to
If
do,
he
taking the
does what he's
garbage
supposed to
out,
do
paying
around
the
the
bills,
house. Yeah, that's wild.
but we all paying bills.
deserves to
I
change.
pay bills. I take garbage out. I do all of that
deserves
stuff. So
it.
why am I rewarding you for doing some shit that I do myself? That's crazy. I want that dude that is, that walk in the room and the floodgates open and you just can't wait to climb that tree. That's when it's good.
Floodgates
Don't
open.
don't be giving nothing that's no reward. Wait till you meet somebody where it's just good when you see him and you can't wait. That's when the stuff is good.
Are you ready? It's that show. It's that show you